Have you ever driven down a lonely highway at dusk, the desert stretching out on all sides, and felt like you were the only person left in the world? What if, in that vast emptiness, you saw something that shouldn't be there? A building that appears from nowhere and vanishes just as quickly. Tonight, we're venturing into the heart of the Nevada desert to uncover the chilling legend of the Sierra Mirage Hotel. It was a blistering hot evening when travel blogger Sarah Thompson stumbled upon a cryptic message in an obscure online forum. The post was short, almost a whisper, telling of a phantom hotel that materializes in the middle of the desert. Locals called it the Sierra Mirage, a place that existed outside of time, absent from every map and GPS system. For a thrill-seeking blogger like Sarah, this was an irresistible mystery, a story no one else had dared to chase. She packed her camera, filled her gas tank, and pointed her car toward the deserted highways of Nevada, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and excitement. Hours turned into an endless ribbon of asphalt and sand. The sun bled across the horizon, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. Just as her hope began to fade, she saw it. Rising from the desert floor like a forgotten dream was an enormous hotel, its structure glowing under the last light of day. The Sierra Mirage. Its architecture was a throwback to the 1920s, with grand columns and ornate balconies that seemed impossibly out of place. But the strangest part? The massive parking lot was completely empty. Not a single car. Not a single sign of life. A shiver of unease traced its way down Sarah's spine, but her curiosity was stronger. She had to know what was inside. Stepping through the heavy glass doors, she entered a world frozen in time. The lobby was immaculate, polished to a mirror shine, as if eagerly awaiting a rush of guests. But there was no one. Dust motes danced in the brilliant light of crystals, which shone with an unnatural intensity for a building supposedly off the grid. The silence was heavy, broken only by the sound of her own breathing. As she explored, the hotel revealed more of its bizarre nature. The hallways were a labyrinth of shifting eras. One corridor was adorned with elegant Victorian furniture, while the next was a neon and chrome explosion straight out of the 1980s. It was like walking through different decades with every step. The air grew unnaturally cold, and faint whispers seemed to echo from the walls, though she was completely alone. Or so she thought. Then she started seeing them, figures moving silently through the halls, like ghosts trapped on a loop. Men in dapper suits from the 1940s, women in shimmering flapper dresses, even a group of children playing a silent game of tag in a dimly lit corner. They moved with an eerie grace, their faces blank, their eyes staring straight ahead, never once acknowledging her presence. It was as if she were invisible, a spectator in a place she didn't understand. Just as she was about to turn and run, a man appeared before her, seemingly out of thin air. He wore a perfectly pressed concierge uniform, his smile polite but deeply unsettling. "Welcome to the Sierra Mirage," he said, his voice a soft, chilling hum. "You're just in time. Dinner is about to start." Sarah stammered, her mind racing. "Dinner? I don't understand. Where did all these people come from?" The concierge's smile widened, but it didn't reach his eyes. "The hotel isn't for everyone," he explained calmly. "Some guests arrive and find they never want to leave. Others, they leave, but they're never quite the same." His words hung in the air, thick with unspoken meaning. Before Sarah could press him for more answers, a strange sensation washed over her. The hotel itself seemed to shift and groan around her. Hallways stretched into impossible lengths. Staircases twisted into Escher-like puzzles, leading nowhere. And doors that should have led to bedrooms opened onto vast, empty desert landscapes under a starless sky. Time felt like it was bending, folding in on itself. Panic set in. Sarah tried to retrace her steps, to find the lobby and the exit. But the hotel was a living maze, constantly changing to keep her trapped. Suddenly, she heard footsteps hurrying behind her. She spun around to see a man with a desperate look on his face. She recognized him instantly from an old missing persons report. The scene online. A traveler who had vanished in this very desert years ago. He reached out, his voice a frantic whisper. "You have to leave now, before it's too late. The hotel, it chooses." His warning spurred her into a desperate sprint. She ran through the disorienting corridors, the whispers of the other guests growing louder, their ghostly forms seeming to close in on her. Finally, she burst back into the main lobby. Relief washed over her, but it was short. The grand entrance doors were still there, but they no longer led to the parking lot. Instead, they opened onto a blindingly bright, empty desert. The hotel loomed behind her, its windows like 100 watching eyes, a predator that had been toying with its prey. In a final, desperate act, she scrambled back to her car, which was somehow now parked just outside the phantom entrance. She jumped in, turned the key, but the engine only sputtered and died. And then she saw it. One by one, the windows of the Sierra Mirage lit up, filled with the shadowy silhouettes of the silent guests, all of them watching her. And then, as suddenly and inexplicably as it had appeared, the entire hotel shimmered, distorted like a heat haze, and vanished into thin air. In its place was nothing, just sand, cacti, and the profound, crushing silence of the Nevada desert. Shaken to her core, Sarah eventually got her car started and drove away, not stopping until the sun was high in the sky. She had her footage, proof of her impossible encounter, but the hotel wasn't finished with her. Back home, she realized something was deeply wrong. At night, she hears faint whispers calling her name from the shadows of her room. And when she looks at any of the desert photos she's taken since that trip, a faint, ghostly image of the Sierra Mirage is there, shimmering in the background. Some stories are meant to be told, but others are meant to find you. And it seems the Vanishing Hotel of Nevada is determined that Sarah Thompson will never, ever forget her stay. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next chilling tale.